Worried you won't fit in one airplane seat? There's no need to be ashamed if you need a seatbelt extension. Plenty of us use them.
It really appears to be the only U.S. carrier to have such an extensive policy answering to this particular concern. Extensive.
It's getting a lot of traction ahead of the holiday travel season thanks to plus-size influencers.
I want as many people to know about this policy as possible so that people of all sizes, especially those of us living in larger bodies or even super fat bodies, are aware of the policy. Super fat
should be accessible. We should have bigger seats.
Super fat.
Kimmy Garris has taken advantage of the policy 3 times.
Super fat.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Anna and you're watching Anna Speaks Out. Thanks for being here. Fat liberation activists on the internet tend to have some of the most outrageously entitled and just bizarre, extreme, terrible takes out there.
This treatment of plus-size travelers is absolutely unacceptable. Provide additional accessible seats to customers of size who may require more physical space. This would involve offering an extra free seat or multiple seats. The petition also calls for priority boarding for customers of size.
Not even a spoonful of sugar could make this medicine go down. I'm just getting started. Fat phobia should make you uncomfortable because it is intertwined with every single other system of oppression that exists. Skinnylicious.
And if you're anything like me, you would never guess that any businesses would ever actually acquiesce to their insane demands. But it turns out that Southwest Airlines has been for 3 decades. The New York Post just reported Southwest Airlines is praised for customers of size policy that allows overweight flyers to purchase one seat and get another complimentary. And the kicker is that this would be done even if it meant kicking others with tickets off of the flight. That's right, others with tickets. Apparently Southwest is a Texas-based airline, so I guess that makes some sense because they do say that everything is bigger in Texas. One particular customer of size, plus-sized, self-proclaimed travel expert Jalen Cheney, said the policy is an important step to include more people in the super fat category. And this is her pictured here. And she was the one who we saw a moment ago who was demanding that other airlines also adopt this same policy of giving away the seats of paying customers to obese people who can't fit in one seat. She talks about this type of thing a lot on her YouTube channel, on which at one point she posted an infamous video of herself eating a fast food chicken sandwich while also having a breathing tube in her nose.
Fat people are allowed to eat what they want without feeling guilty about it. Get over it.
I don't like this because to me it definitely looks like, if not glamorizing, at least normalizing extreme obesity, which is something that is known to lead to an early end of life for a lot of people. And there have even been several, well-known fat influencers whose lives have ended very prematurely recently. I also find it quite ironic that another main topic of her channel is talking about how difficult life is for majorly obese people, but she doesn't ever talk about trying to change herself or her own habits in order to make life easier for herself. She only talks about the rest of society adapting to meet the special needs of obese people who put themselves in this position.
Things that plus-size travelers hate. When the tray table can't come down, worrying about asking for a seatbelt extender. Having little to no room to move. Narrow aisles and bulkhead seats. Tiny airplane bathrooms. Worrying you're going to break the toilet. Getting pat down because you're fat. Tiny airport chairs with armrests.
I definitely disagree with this Southwest policy, not only because it, in my opinion, discriminates against non-fat paying customers who actually take care of themselves, but I also just don't think that anyone should really cater much to the special needs of super fat people that they brought upon themselves, because doing that only enables and encourages them to continue in their path of obesity and will lead to an early end of life. And, it's called morbid obesity for a reason, and allowing it to continue truly is morbid. To me, seeing this morbidly obese person flaunt her fat rolls and looking like she can't even breathe because of all the weight on her lungs, like honestly, seeing her here like this, laying on her side, makes me feel like I can't breathe. And yeah, just parading around like everything is totally fine and normal is pretty much as disturbing as seeing someone like Eugenia Cooney dressing up like the corpse bride when she is pretty much just a skeleton with skin on it herself, and acting like everything is fine with herself as well. As far as I can tell, these are two types of eating disorders that are both extremely dangerous to your health, and both should be strongly discouraged. Doesn't mean we have to be mean to anyone, but in a loving way, we should discourage them from destroying themselves like this. If you found that interesting, please click the thumbs up, share it around, and consider subscribing. And I'm very curious to know what your thoughts are, so I can't wait to see you in the comments.